Good evening, folks. I thought I'd take the opportunity to talk to everyone tonight a little bit about the way the new edition of the course is going now that we're a few weeks into it. And I just found it was probably a little easier for me to record a little video rather than to try to sit there and do some bad typing and maybe forget everything I wanted to write out. So here goes. I'm used to doing this with all my students on a Sunday night in many of my courses, and here I am doing it with the faculty. So indulge me my little live TV performance here, but that's what's up. Really, thanks everybody for everything you've done so far. For many of us, this is really new to have to spend most of our time, it seems, more concerned with engagement and retention than some of the other factors we've had. And also, you were presented on very short notice with a course that had different content. It had a change in emphasis from the way the old course went, and I just really want to thank everybody for having pitched in and done such a great job with things so far. And that's where we're just checking in is what I'm doing right now. It's at that point now where we've probably seen some things, and maybe you and I can mutually provide each other some feedback as to what's going on. Now, by now, you should have seen if it was going to happen. A number of folks have probably had some students pulled out, withdrawn from your course. Those are the students that were identified by a university-wide effort to look at those folks who are non-participators, those who never participated in the first place, did very minimal work up front. A lot of them had prior academic history, which we did some investigating on, and it showed that they were unlikely to be successful. And so we've gone ahead and really gotten them out of the course. This is really, I think, going to help those students that remain in the course because we will not be making the effort of chasing those folks. In that first week, I really feel in many cases we were asking you to engage the unengageable. And once we've identified them, now we've made our task maybe not easier, but we've made it simpler. Okay, now we move on to the harder stuff, is getting those people who are a little bit on the edge, whose participation is maybe a little suspect right now, and trying to engage them and see that we get them to really dive in and start absorbing the material that we have. We've made a real effort at making it engaging, and we're really asking you to work with that. You know, so I keep coming to that word, engaging. That's what you've got to do. What I'm interested in from folks here, from hearing from the faculty, is what do you think of the new course? Have you had any problems? Have you had any problems with technical issues? Have you had problems with the material? I'm interested in learning more about student response, both good and bad. We have tailored this to the vast middle. Are we leaving some students behind? Are we not keeping up with some of the more advanced students? These are the things we need to know. What we're really looking for is a course that will provide them with some insights into leadership and organizations, still be something manageable as many of these students transition back into the learning environment, and be something that sets them up for future success. We're learning a lot more about this group as we go along, but it's really important, and this is the course, one of the first four. It's now programmed that this is one of the first four that people outside the business school are taking that really have gotten this effort and this increased emphasis on retention and initial student success. So that's important. To that end, I'd like to know what's working and what's not. What do you think of the assignments? What do you think of the rubrics? Do we need to put more into the course? Do we need to take anything out of the course? What do you think the student reactions are? Do we have reasonable learning outcomes? All this is very important to me and to the university as we go ahead. This is probably one of the most visible efforts we've had, and your participation, your input, you're closer to the students, you see what's going on. This is where I'm going to get most of my best information. So, that being said, if you have any questions for me, please get to me. I'd love to try to do anything we can, and like I said, I'm almost as much interested in the analysis of the situation as I am in just general commentary. So this is really important. Uh, Use all the tools that we've given you if we need more. I think people are doing a great job. The discussion participation, yes, is getting more emphasis. Please, please, please keep that at the top of your list. Announcements are important. Make sure you're getting a weekly announcement out there, if not more. If any of you want to venture into trying the world of video here, it tends to be fairly well received by students in upper division courses. Not sure how it will go over in an introductory course like this one, but if somebody wants to give it a try or some hints on how to do it, go ahead and ask me. We'll try to do anything we can to give you a hand. I am, as you'll probably notice, I've probably made quick appearances in looking into courses before. Believe me, I'm not looking at what you guys are doing. I'm very happy with what you guys are doing. It's when I go in, it's probably looking very quickly for student information. If I need to get a question from you or want to look at something, I will ask your permission. All right, to look at something somebody's doing. I am not going to go snooping around. This is not the way I do things. It's you're all professionals, and you've been selected to teach this course because I believe you're professionals and will do an excellent job. But please forgive me if I have to dive in on occasion to find some student information, a technical question, something like that, because of the visibility that we're giving this course. It's just something that's got to be done. All right, so that's my brief talk. I know it wasn't quite coherent up front. I'm not used to talking to my colleagues like I am talking to my students. I'm used to here ranting about some point of management philosophy or strategic importance, and here I am talking about the nuts and bolts of an introductory course, but they're really important nuts and bolts. We need to know what's going on. We need to know when we're going to have to make improvements, if we're going to have to make improvements, what we need to do. Your help is where the answer is going to come from. All right? So again, just do what you can to keep engaging people. Record things, by the way. Record last participation. This grade of UF is going to go out to people who don't participate beyond the fourth week. So it's important that you record the last date of participation. If somebody drops off the face of the earth in the next few weeks, you will need to go back and verify their last date of participation. So that's important. So all these little twists and turns are going on. Well, they're going on for a reason. We're trying to make sure that we make this whole student experience something that people can move in, get the rigor ramped up, and get the outcomes they need from not only our initial courses, but prepare them well to take the next set and the next set and the next set, and that's what we're after. Okay, so thank you everybody tonight for everything you've done. Make sure you're up there with your own engagement responsibilities. If you have any questions, get to me, and let's see if we can't make this work. Thanks very much.